Good evening. It is just gone 8 o'clock. It is Monday. It is time for Total Video Games presents the Total Modcons Podcast. And there is a lot to talk about and a lot to digest this evening. Even just before we were coming on, we were chatting about some of the stuff we were going to talk about. And nope, stop talking. Go live. Talk about it in a minute. So, this evening we have a full panel. We have got Blunners.
Good evening, everyone. Very busy boy. Done my usual. Cray, you have leveled up, mate. Hope you enjoy the ride. Shazam.
We have got Triangle Face.
Good evening. How are you?
I am Usma Kappa. Thank you very much. I am okay.
Good. Excellent.
We have got quite a few people in the chat already, which is wonderful to see. Who have we got? We have got Colin Brown. Good evening, Colin. Dave Newland would not be the same without you. Tales from the Jundland Ways. Good evening. Rob Taylor. Always a pleasure. Timothy Earnshaw. Good evening, Tim. Nick Craddock. Good evening, Nick. I hope you are good. Mike Holton as well. I hope you are good, Mike. Good evening, Cute Tiger. I hope you are good. Steve B. We've got everybody in the chat this evening.
And no trouser accidents today.
I know.
Which is nice.
Absolutely 100% no trouser.
How many weeks has it been of no trouser accidents? Because you had a trouser accident last week.
I did.
And I had a trouser accident
week
before for 2 nights. That was a trouser catastrophe. I don't know. It might have been a week before that. We might have had one. So yes, nice to see everyone's trousers are intact tonight.
They are all in, all well. So, first topic. What are you playing? So, Blunners, what have you been playing?
So, right, since our last show last week, I have played quite a few. Well, I've played quite a lot, and I've done quite a lot, actually. So I released the video of me fixing my white PSP. So that is over on the channel now. It's only about 10 minutes long. Just me absolute crap on myself, taking out 3 different screens and still not working, and how I got it working. So that's over on the channel. I also released episode 5 of my PSP pickups, which is doing really well on the channel as well. I won't give away the games I've picked up, but it's the first part of the of our NOTS VGE one. So you guys were there, you know what I picked up. So I've split it into 2 parts, that one. So second part will be coming this weekend. And so I've completed Mythwrecked. I completed within 3 days.
Yeah,
nice.
Loved it. It's like after we had is it Alex on? We had him on.
Alex, yep.
And I had a quick go the night before he came on. Really enjoyed it. Fantastic artwork. The art style was just brilliant. The music's great. It's a just completely different take on all the different kind of gods and stuff. So yeah, it was great. Played through that. Done it in, like he said, it was like about 10 hours. So done it in a couple of night sittings. Really enjoyable. Smash through it. And then the big game I finally finished is Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Way.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. I would say 9 triangles out of 10. Fantastic. If you have a Switch 2, you need to pick this game up. So I may. There's a good twist at the end as well, and obviously I'm not going to ruin anything. So no, Ollie's got it, but a character I wasn't expecting is there, and there's more layers than you think. Like you think, oh, it's got to be finished by now. No, there were still a good 2 or 3 more layers on top of what I thought. Okay, we were coming near the end, and we were nowhere near it. So yeah. Also, I was saying to Ollie earlier, just don't do what I did. So what I did is I before I knew I was going to go to this final part, I just double checked. You can go through every map, checked I had every fossil, checked I had every banana, and I did. There was about 600 and something bananas at the time, so I had absolutely everything. Thinking, yeah, 45 hours done, completed this, and then I was just saying to Ollie, after you've done it all, it then brings you back, like, and I'm like, hang on a minute. There's like 770 something bananas. So what they've done is they've added a load more, like, for you to go and collect to finish up the game. So yeah, the fact you can fully customize, you can change all kinds of different fur. You can have 2-toned fur. You can have like gold shiny one and like different ties and stuff, do different things. They get all the different like it's so like you can change into all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really hard to explain, but it's like the fact you can climb up anything, you can smash through anything, you can find different ways. It's brilliant. I can't wait for you to finish it, Ollie, and then we can probably do a little spoiler chat on it or something. But yeah fantastic. Definitely. The final boss is Stone Cold Jane Austen. I'm David. And also, before we went live, I downloaded and started playing the game of the Video Game Club. So we'll explain that later. So I'm about 2 hours in on that, just on the first boss. It's all over. We've got a little bit to talk on that later. But yeah, that has been me so far this week.
Doesn't bode well for me if you're 2 hours in and you've reached a boss, because I'm probably more than that. No, I'm near a boss.
Oh no, only because yeah, we'll explain it later.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, but it's yeah. I did need a bit of help at one point because I got stuck.
Okay.
Yes. Tim.
Right. I haven't really got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about at the moment, I'm afraid, because the thing I've been playing the most is I have been playing some more Gran Turismo 7 because I've just got the wheel, as you've seen before, and I've got the headset and the pedals, and it's a fun evening of racing. I've had a few free evenings where I've decided, you know what, rather than play through any games, I'm just going to spend the whole evening doing some GT7. So I've done a few because you can kind of the game kind of steers you in a certain direction, because you have like menus. So you go to the cafe and it's like, oh, you need to fulfill specific requirements to fill this menu of cars, and you collect those cars. Mm-hmm. And it's normally like, go experience this bit of the game, go do a challenge, go do a race, go do a tournament. And the game's kind of pushing you to experience all of the game. Like, you'll get prompted to do a race where you need to have your car over a certain level. So you have to go to the garage to buy parts to modify your car, and things like that. So it's kind of prompting you to do the different things in the game. And I've got to the point now where I've unlocked enough where actually, rather than doing that, I'm just going to go back and do some old races again. So I'm just go into some courses where I've not got first place yet and go in with a better car that I have now compared to what I had when I first got access to it. And that's been quite fun to do, because it's the best driving sim that I've ever experienced. It's so good. It's really, really good. And I'm not really into my cars, but playing it makes me sort of appreciate a lot of things that people have said about racing games I've never really understood before. So, oh, that makes sense now. I understand. And actually driving a car that's got like 4-wheel drive, or driving a car like before and after changing out the brake pads. And it's like, oh, this actually really makes a big difference to taking corners and things like that. And when you get like a specific corner down and like, right, I know exactly when to brake. I know how hard I need to turn. And once you've learned how to do a corner really well, it's just really satisfying. So yeah, it's been really good fun playing that, but I don't really have much else to talk about. What I've been playing, so I've just been racing. So
have you ever played any of the Forza Horizon games or anything like that? On the
I
Xbox
have. The last Forza game I played properly though was like on the 360. I don't know which one that was, so I haven't been into that for a while. And like I played the Gran Turismo games on like PS1. The only other racing game I really got into is Destruction Derby.
Because I'll say because Gran Turismo is a bit more serious. Forza Horizon is like Diddy Kong racing on crack. You just basically can go anywhere. You can find barns. You can change up, do different types of races in different types of cars.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Fantastic. And the fact that I think you'd quite enjoy that one, but whereas Gran Turismo is like, it's like serious racing, like Lewis Hamilton style.
I've seen people like on videos that are like playing online and stuff. The online community around Gran Turismo takes it very seriously. It's like you have to drive as if you're paying for it, because if you can't just barge people out the way and drive off, like you're supposed to overtake on like a smooth line. Which now I've played it, but I appreciate why that's the etiquette. It's like, if you're just going to knock people out the way and bash into them, then you're going to get booted. But like playing it on the VR headset as well, the haptic feedback, like if you do crash, you do get a little jolt in your head. So like you do like, oh yeah, I was like, oh no, crash into a wall. Like it's just enough for you to notice. Like, did I just like get my head rumbled a bit? Yeah. So it's great, but it'd be nice to see some other racing games in VR that can use the wheel. So I'm keeping my eye out for stuff like that. Like the other one I've been told is really good is Dirt, but I don't think Dirt is in VR.
No.
So yeah, be good to see some more come out of that.
Exciting. So I had a little bit of luck. I shared this with you in our group chat, but I had a little bit of luck in a charity shop. These sort of things don't happen to me too often. So I picked up a whole bunch of games here for £9 in a charity shop, which I thought was a pretty good deal. They're all games. One of them I've played on the Xbox, but I figured I'll get it on PlayStation. I'm sure I'll play through it again. It was good. So first one was Just Cause 4. Never got around to playing that. So £3. Why not? This was the game I've played on Xbox, and that was Rise of the Tomb Raider. That was a little Xbox exclusive for a while, I think, for about a year.
Yeah, it was. I got it. That's how I got it.
Yeah, really good. And the last one, which I've not played, which I've heard mixed things about, mostly positive though, is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So that was a slightly different studio to the ones that had done the other two. But I love all those Tomb Raider games, so really looking forward to checking that out. And then two games that I have been playing, people would have seen possibly in the group. I picked up a modded PS2, which allows me to play all regions, and I think that allows me to play all region PS1 games as well, which is very exciting. So one of the games that I picked up at Knott's VGE was Mobile Suit Gundam. Obviously I don't understand the language, but it's Mobile Suit Gundam. It follows the TV show pretty well, I think. So it's just taking all the highlights so far from the show. It's great fun.
Can you go into like language settings within the game, and are there English options?
There are for some. I don't think there are for these ones, but there are definitely some Japanese games that will do that. There's definitely, because I was really hopeful, like Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4 are all like that, and I don't have Silent Hill Shattered Memories. And I thought, that could be a really good way to get Shattered Memories and play through that on PS2 in a slightly more affordable. No, that one's Japanese only, so that ain't gonna happen.
Did you find out what the name of that game was that you had on Uncensored? I think it was the other day.
Someone
put paintbrushes.
Yeah, someone put it or said something in the chat last time. I just didn't make a note of it. So yes, technically someone has.
Oh, was that actually? I thought they were just joking around. Was that actually the name of the game?
I think it might.
Yeah. I watched it earlier today because I'm a bit behind. Was it Bam Bam something? I can't remember now.
Pass. I'll have to go back and check myself. Mike, how much was the PS2? I went onto eBay and there was a chap there who sold me a slim PS2. It was 70 of your British pounds, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Oh no, you in-sold it or you sold it?
I had shattered memories on PS2, and I think you in-sold it.
Mate. Oh, that game on PS2 is pricey.
It is now, isn't it?
And the one game that I have been playing and I finished yesterday, day before yesterday, platinumed it, was RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business. If you liked Rogue City, this is going to be more of the same, right up your street. The thing that is really fun with this game is it feels a bit like The Raid or Dread, in that you're kind of you go into an OCP building and you're effectively just making your way through the building to get to the big bad boss. So various bits of the building get into lockdown. You have to, oh, Mike, £7.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it's very much like The Raid in that you have to get to a next bit to take out the boss, and there's a couple of moral choices you can make in the game as well. None of it really affects the story or the outcome, but it's still good fun nonetheless. You can level up the gun, you can level up the suit, you can level up the way you interact with safes and cracking and that kind of thing. It's just really good fun. Really good fun. I can see why they put it on a disc. It's it's a good sort of 15 hours if you want to just plod along and try and find everything without having to use a guide too often, or just to sort of speed through it. So, 20 quid well spent. It's really good. And that's all I've been playing. I've put Donkey Kong aside. That was purely just so I could play RoboCop properly and just get that finished up. And I'm now looking at PS5 games and thinking, oh, what the hell am I going to play next? The backlog is so big now that you're like, just don't know where to start anymore. So let us jump to our first topic, which is Gamescom is live tomorrow night. Gamescom has become probably the flagship European games event now, I would say. There aren't that many big gaming events happening anymore. So
since E3, I think it's like pretty much the biggest one. Yeah,
because the Game Awards is predominantly an award ceremony, but it kind of does a little bit of what E3 did. People use that as the place to drop your trailers and all this kind of thing. But Gamescom is at least a games convention that deals in the AAA titles and all of those, big glorious things that we get excited for. But yeah, has anybody got something at Gamescom that they are particularly excited about?
Well, yeah, I've had a quick look at what should be coming, and I'll just read what I found. So it was just saying that there should be some more news dropping on the new Fallout TV show, which is fantastic. A look at Call of Duty Black Ops 7, long-awaited Hollow Knight Silksong gameplay as well. And it says here that Nintendo will have a presence this year with some upcoming Switch 2 games, but it doesn't say what. And obviously Xbox have announced some of the stuff that should be coming their side as well. But
I mean, at this point, Xbox could just announce anything, and I don't think anyone would be paying a lot of attention anymore, which is a real shame. Nintendo taking some Switch 2 stuff, though. Now that is interesting. What could any of that be? I would love a 3D Mario announcement. I really would.
So I've got the Xbox stuff. So ROG Xbox Ally and ROG Xbox Ally X will be playable. Grounded 2 is playable. Ninja Gaiden 4, Indiana Jones, obviously, Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, Microsoft Flight Simulator, The Outer Worlds. And then it says from our third party, Borderlands 4, Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater, EA Sports FC 26, this one looks like Amiibo, but it's a Animo or something. ANIIMO. There is no Ghost in the Ground. Power Wash Simulator 2. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade. Final Fantasy 16. Is that Invincible versus Super Meat Boy 3D? Mistfall Hunter and Chronos: The New Dawn.
I mean, that's a cool roster for people that are Xbox only people, maybe the people that are just not into buying other consoles, and you pick your console and you live and die by that console. That's kind of cool. They're going to get to play some of the new Final Fantasy games, which have been around for a little while. That's great, but for everybody else, it's kind of like, what is there that's going to really snap you up as a to buy an Xbox effectively, especially when everything is an Xbox now. Weird.
Yeah, there's that campaign. Is it if this is an Xbox? It's like, if everything's an Xbox, why do you need an Xbox?
Yeah,
you've made everything else an Xbox. It's a weird one, but I mean, I hope the handheld does well, because we've talked a lot about where Xbox is going and if it's making the right decisions and if it's doing well. But Xbox has been quite consumer friendly. I think it's kind of like Game Pass is great, and it would be a shame to see the consoles kind of die off. And if the Xbox Alloy does well, then hopefully it will kind of lay the groundwork for them to like do a next gen console, which would be nice to see. But I don't need an Xbox Alloy. This is the weird thing, right? We've been through, this looks good. I'm looking forward to the Invincible game. We've been through a time where, like, every time a new console comes out of launch, we've been able to get like the latest console, and then eventually get, all of them, sort of thing. Like, you get your SNES, you eventually get your Mega Drive, or whichever way around you do it. And it gets to the point now where it's like, okay, I can only really afford either to go PlayStation or go Xbox. I can't really do both. So it's got to be something special, I think, this generation, because I don't think people are going to be able to afford to get the Xbox backflip pancake supreme, whatever they're going to call it, and a PS6. So what is it going to bring? What's it going to do?
I will be really interested to see people's reactions to the Xbox handheld. What is it called again? Is it an
ROG? So yeah, the ROG Alloy was already out beforehand.
Alloy.
They then so they actually went to Microsoft and went, "Oh, do you want us to make you this?" And they went, "Yeah, all right," and actually gave them access and gave them the access and wanted them to use their kind of buttons and all that kind of stuff. So the actual thing itself was something that came out to try and go against the Steam Deck.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a very, very good bit of kit, but it should be for that sort of price. You're looking at upwards of £700-800 quid ish, and that's for the high end spec one. That you could they'll probably sell it on the fact that you can play it handheld and still dock it as well, and the fact that it's a gaming PC in your hands, and more high end than anything else. But that doesn't really mean anything, does it?
It's supposed to be good for anyone that hasn't got a Steam Deck, to be honest, because like as a Steam Deck owner, I'm like, I've already got a machine that does all of that, and it might be better than a Steam Deck.
Yeah,
is it worth? Like it might be better than the Steam Deck, but is it? What's the price point again? It's like,
well, yeah, they haven't actually announced that yet though, because I know they know they're going to get so much stick. I'm
going to assume it's going to be a lot.
Are between 600 to 800, depending on what one you get. One's obviously cheaper model than the other one. Less memory and all that kind of stuff.
It's a really difficult decision to make, and I know that they've not had to develop it, but they are going to have to put some money into that R&D, and it is going to cost Xbox at some point, because it's got Xbox branding on it. So if it doesn't do well, it won't look good. And the other company could just go back to making their handhelds as they were doing. And I just think sometimes it's a really difficult thing to try and compete with when you've got something that's as successful as a Switch and a Switch 2, and then the Steam Deck, which has also been the Steam Deck took a while to become a hit, but it is a hit. And having those options with a Steam Deck as well, you can go the budget end, which is still expensive, 300 odd quid. That's a lot of money still to just drop on something, all the way up to 500-600s. But there are options. There's different tiers, and the accessibility on Steam is through the roof. So it seems odd to try and bring something out to compete with that. I don't know quite what that push point is, because you can play Game Pass on your Steam Deck, and if you've got a good connection, it runs well. So I don't know.
But I've just had a quick look. They have got big. Xbox do seem to have a big presence here. I'm just looking through it. Obviously, it's in Cologne, Germany. I remember one year we had that guy on who actually gave us tickets, didn't he?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Just having a quick look.
It was quite short notice, and it was in Germany. It's like,
World of Warcry,
yes.
Midnight. So there's a new expansion for that. Lords of the Fallen 2. It says here Marvel's Deadpool VR, Anno 117, Borderlands 4, which I've said already, Invincible versus Stalker. So it is interesting to see what is actually going to come. When I'm looking at IGN's schedule, it's like IGN's GameCon Studio, then it's Xbox Daily live stream, then it's into the Infinite Showcase at night, and the next day is another day. It's got Xbox Day 2 live stream. So so it'd be interesting to see. Oh yeah, Outer Worlds 2 as well. They're showing stuff off of that. So yeah, so it's not
very
just
Xbox heavy,
but they do seem to have a presence, which is this them trying to get back in, sneak back in. Do you know what I mean?
Could be.
So could be
interesting. There's a lot of things that sound like they're coming to Gamescom, and we've mostly talked about Xbox, which is interesting. Which is what they want. Yeah, that's interesting. It'd be interesting to see what Nintendo bring to the table. I mean, it's anyone's guess really at this point. I don't think anybody really knows. The only thing you can expect
Mario
from
Paint.
Nintendo.
I tried that the other day. It's really weird.
With the new mouse feature on your Switch too, that could be fun.
Does work perfectly. Not gonna lie. So tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, I think it is.
Indeed, I think there's a variety of people doing streams of Gamescom. So I'll throw a shameless plug out there for a good friend of ours. So Mag, the middle-aged gamer guy, is not going to be there this year because he's just been out at Bloodstock. So he is going to be doing some Gamescom streams. So do head on over to middle-aged gamer guy on Twitch. I'm sure he'll have all sorts of coverage to be bringing people. So I'm certainly going to be trying to tune in as much as I can and see what's what. So there we go. Gamescom. It is happening, and you could watch it.
It's a thing, and it exists.
Indeed. Do we want to jump on to the bit of news that is literally breaking that Blood has put on here just before we went on about a Nintendo Direct?
Really quick one.
Go on, Blood. Take it away.
Well, I'm just going to quickly share the screen on this. So it is live at 2 o'clock tomorrow. It is roughly 45 minutes long, and that is Kirby Air Riders Direct. I have never played this game. Didn't have it when it came out. It was GameCube, wasn't it? I'm sure it was GameCube.
I think it was, yeah.
And Nintendo have just announced that their new Kirby Air Riders will have a 45-minute Direct tomorrow. 2 o'clock UK time anyway. So it's not. I'm not really sure. Is it a racing game? I haven't really ever played Kirby Direct. A lot of people are a bit can't understand why so long, because they've done other directs for other games that only roughly last about 25 minutes, 20 minutes max, whereas this one's 45. So with Gamescom there, we don't know, are they going to be announcing a couple of games, but still no news on Metroid, which is really annoying for everyone.
Well, maybe that's what they're going to bring to Gamescom.
Could you imagine?
Maybe.
It'd be amazing.
From memory,
Yeah,
Air
it still
Ride
says
is
there's
a
no
race
suggestion
game.
other than. Yeah, it says there's still no suggestion tomorrow will include any other Switch 2 games beyond Kirby Air Rides. Sorry, Metroid
But
fans.
it's not like it's not Kirby Air Riders 2 or anything. Is it just a port of the GameCube game then?
Air Riders, that's what it's called. I think the first one was Air Ride. This one's now Air Riders.
They pulled an Aliens.
Okay, yeah. Kirby's Air Ride is now Kirby's Air Riders. Okay, so it is a new game.
So I think that's the second part.
Okay.
Yeah, 45
Now
minutes.
we just need Kirby's Air Ride 3.
That's what it's saying.
I mean, we'll just have to see what it is.
Surely it can't be just.
It's Nintendo, isn't it? Expect the unexpected. For all we know, this Air Riders game might be the thing that everybody
come with a new Wii balance board.
Yeah.
Switch
with
to
the ring
balance
as well.
board. Yeah.
More bloody amiibo.
And it'll come with a massive star that you actually have to sit on.
Yeah.
Nice
Pump up.
Yeah, it's a inflatable star you sit on.
It will hover. It will literally hover in your living room, and you have to. Intriguing.
Let us know in the chat what you think it will come with. If I think this game will come with peripheral. What peripheral would you like to see with Kirby's Air Riders on the Switch?
It'd be like Tony Hawk. All I've got in my head is remember the Tony Hawk's one that came out where you had to stand on it and it was actually like a skateboard.
Oh,
it was
God.
It was like one of the last Tony Hawk games. I reckon it'd be like that.
Isn't it?
It'd be a star. It'd be a star that you could that you could sit on.
See, I had a Wii balance board for Wii Fit, which was all right, to be fair. You could do like the stepping stuff on it, and but I had a snowboarding game. Was it Shaun White Snowboarder?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was just a bit of a letdown because I was like, I can actually like play an arcade style snowboarding game in my house and stand on the board, and it was just a bit naff. But yeah, Nick reckons a fishing rod. So there's maybe a fishing mini game as part of Kirby's Air Riders. Yeah. Mike got a free hammer when he played Manhunt.
When he played what?
Manhunt.
Yeah. A free torture device kit.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I've just found this just in case anyone wants it. £97 apparently.
Oh my God!
Skateboard.
Ride.
Yeah.
Tony
Hawk's Ride. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I bet that played like
absolute
guff.
Kirby Rides.
Yeah.
I bet that was about as responsive as something that is really unresponsive. I could have gone very dark with that analogy, but I'm glad I've pulled it back.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. The next announcement is to let people know about a new feature that is happening over at the TVG Facebook group. So, Roll VT.
Roll VT.
That is correct. TVG presents the Video Game Club. I will hand over to Tim, which he didn't know I was going to do. But
no, that's fine. But I've sort of introduced it in the group. So shout out to Nick. This is one of his ideas. I've kind of been toying with doing something like this for a while, and Nick suggested doing this sort of thing as well. So I'm like, you know what? Now's the time to launch this feature. So if you are in our Facebook group, and if you're not, you can join and come join in. We're going to be posting. We'll start off with a poll and say what games you want to play. And we're going to try and keep it ranged between like some Xbox and PlayStation stuff, Evercade, indie titles. So we'll try and give a good range of games to choose from. And then the top pick will be the game that we will play in the Video Game Club. And it's going to be very much like a book club. So we will all play the game at the same time and chat about it throughout the week. And then everyone is welcome to share their thoughts on it. And if people get stuck, give advice, all that sort of fun stuff. We just thought it would be fun for us all to sort of be playing the same game at the same time and discussing it as we go. And yeah, today's the first one is going to be Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. So that's what we have chosen. That got the most votes.
So yeah, I vaguely played this growing up, and then I couldn't drop 25 quid when it came out for the Evercade. So I had a look and I picked it up for £4.19 Steam code for 1 and 2 remastered. So yeah, I just started playing on the Steam Deck today. Got a little bit lost, like I was saying, like, because there is no like help. There's no hand holding. It is just like, yeah, just try and work it out. And you're like, I'll do a bit where I was about 20 minutes, and I was like what the fuck? I keep stuck. And I was like,
can you look up on the remaster? Can you tilt the camera?
Yeah,
up
so
and
if you
down?
hold R1, so right bumper, and then you can then go up, and then you can see, yeah.
Because you know what,
and you can also click the right analog, and then it just plays you in PlayStation graphics, so you can flip between the graphics, which is great.
I have to play around with it because I've been doing bits where like there's an exit that's up on a wall, and I'm looking around the room and I'm just panning around. It's like, where's the ledge I need to get to? And I'm like, can't I just look up? I'm trying to use the analog stick, but the right analog stick doesn't do anything.
So after getting a bit frustrated and thinking, I ain't got time to be fucking like for this, to be getting stuck. And it was about 20 minutes and I haven't actually done anything, moved anywhere. We've got, is it Azar? How do you say his name? Pronounce his name in the group?
I think it's Azar.
Azar, yeah. So he has full tutorials on how to complete the game. So I just had a quick look to see. I was right at the beginning anyway, just to see. Oh, okay, now I get it. You've got to do this, this, and this. So then I had a quick look. He helped me through this stage bit that I was stuck, and then I've just smashed it from there. So I've already done the first boss as well. So yeah, thank you for that, mate, because I did get a bit lost. But guys playing on the Evercade, I think one guy's playing on his Retroid Pocket 5. Do you know what I mean? There's so many different ways to play this. This is a great title.
It's on the Dreamcast as well, I think.
That's what I played it on originally. But yeah, PlayStation 1, Dreamcast. So it's interesting to see how everyone's going to play it, and I just want everyone to let us know how you get on with it.
Yeah, be good to see how people go on. I've not played it before. I'm sure I played something. I think I might have played a little bit of 2 on the Dreamcast.
You've got an Evercade, yeah?
I've got it on Evercade, yeah. So I'm going to play it on a combination of the VS and the EXP. So I've just started on the VS. How about yourself, Ollie? Are you going to be joining us?
I will be.
The Game Club.
Yes, absolutely. This is a really good excuse because since it got announced on Evercade, I have been wanting to dive back into it. So this is going to be a perfect excuse to get back into Soul Reaver. I played it originally when it came out. I think I played it through once. It's been that long since I've actually played it that it's going to be like playing a new game for me. I remember vaguely bits here and there as to how to traverse certain areas and certain bosses and some of this kind of stuff, but it will be by and large a new experience for me. So what I'm going to play it on, no idea yet. It could be a good excuse to pick up the Evercade cart, but time and money permitting at the moment, I think it's probably going to be the Steam Deck just so that I can join in.
Yes.
One of the things that Cute Tiger put up here is something that I did mention to Blunners before we went live as well, and I'm kind of on board with this. Do you need a rent club card? Now, I am sorely tempted to try and figure out a way of getting some cards made for those that want. It's not a mandatory, it's not compulsory, but
We've got a little logo, haven't we?
Yeah, like I'm a stickler for that kind of thing, and I think it would be really good fun. If certain people that want to join in that particular thing, if you want a club card, just to sort of have lying around with all the other stuff that we have lying around.
So my
might be
brother
cool.
my brother and my sister, not at the same time, both used to work at Blockbuster, and how they used to do it was literally just like a little sticker, like you put the picture, you just put like the picture thing and you just like close it back over, it just seals. That'd be amazing. Could easily get some of that. Vista
Amazing.
print someone's put, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, there's people saying that they would be up for that. So yeah, maybe that's something we'll look into.
Let's have a look
We
into it.
could even just get like a design that we put on the page so you print it yourself at home. Cut it out.
No, we want to be able to send them out.
That'd be great
Like,
to have a little
yeah.
club card. I'd be totally into that.
Yeah.
Um,
And the point of doing this as well is to try and do like a community driven thing and have you guys involved. So if anyone wants to chime in on it, post any reviews of the game while we're playing it. Oh, my light's gone. Post any reviews on it. Or, when we pick a new game, to put suggestions forward, and we'll try and make it accessible as possible. Like I specifically chose games that were either on Game Pass, were recently on PlayStation Plus, Evercade games, and like cheap games on Steam, that sort of thing. So yeah, it'd be good to try and get as many people involved as possible, and any suggestions are welcome to add to what the club's going to be about.
Run for a month, does it, Tim? It's going to run for a month?
We could do a month. I hadn't really put a fixed term on it because some games might be shorter than others, but I think a month would be a reasonable amount of time to try and beat a game in for most people.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Here we are. So if you want to get joining in, come on over to the Total Video Gamers Facebook group, the new one, not the legacy one.
I put that in there.
Beautiful. Let's see what we can do, and then based on that, we'll get some membership cards made up. So next, the best-selling game of 2025 in Europe so far is the question that Blunners is going to ask.
Yeah, so this came up when I was looking for some news earlier, and it was a bit like, oh wow, I did not expect it to be that. I accidentally let it out of the bag to Ollie, but I've got the top 20 selling games in Europe, so nothing to do with America yet. In Europe in 2025 so far, up to July 28th. So as of July 28th, Tim, what do you reckon the best-selling game so far?
You said you were surprised it was that. So,
well, okay, it's a game that came out in 2024. I can just give you that.
Okay.
So it's not even a game that came out this year.
I don't know. So it's not going to be any like recent release this year.
And it's Europe, not just the UK.
Europe.
What's like one of the biggest things in Europe? That's the only thing I can try and say. What's Nick gone with? Donkey Kong. We've got Call of Duty.
There hasn't been a FIFA this year, has they? They don't do
Maybe
FIFA.
not, because no, it hasn't come out this year.
Okay. Probably so, yeah. Might just put FIFA. Yeah. Well, it's like when we do the selling games of the year thing, I'm always like FIFA, Madden, Call of Duty. I'm just trying to think what came out last year. My memory's drawn a bit of a blank.
Eurovision? No.
Eurovision Simulator.
Yes.
So it
came out last year. So it would be Skyrim.
So Tim, you're right. It's EA Sports FC 2025.
Oh, is it really? So it's kind of right.
I'll just run through. Number 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Fantastic game. I love that. It was great. Another one, 3. This is mental. I am going to be saying this. Grand Theft Auto 5 is number 3. Second after that is 4th is Red Dead Redemption 2. 5 is Hogwarts Legacy. 6 Split Fiction. 7 Monster Hunter Wilds. 8 Call of Duty Black Ops 6. 9 is Mario Kart World. 10 Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. 11 Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. 12 Star Wars Battlefront 2, 13 Elden Ring, 14 It Takes Two, 15 Grand Theft Auto Online. I didn't realize that was separate.
Neither did I.
16 NBA 2K25, 17 F1 25, 18 Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, 19 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and then it's got stars, so it says no digital data available. So anything Nintendo doesn't, they don't let you know what they've sold digitally. And 20 was Battlefield 1. So yeah, that is the top selling game so far in July 2028.
That all
July 28.
All of that surprises me, if I'm totally honest. Other than Assassin's Creed, because there was a lot of hype around that.
Yeah, it was delayed, but it was bloody fantastic. February that came out, perfect time. Fuck all else out. No, nothing out. Do you know what I mean? Wasn't really much out at the time.
But every other game in that list, pretty much every other game in that list surprises me.
GTA 5, yeah.
Battlefield
GTA 5
1.
is insane. I bought that outside Blockbuster PS3, golden, like the top edition you could get, limited edition. It's mental.
Wait, when did Battlefield 1 come out? Just looking this up. Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1? Really?
Yeah.
This is a 2016 game.
It says here Battlefield, and then letter 1 was 20. But then saying here that where is it? Grand Theft Auto Online. I didn't realize that was a separate. Monster Hunter Wilds, Split Fiction, Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead 2. I still need to finish that. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got around to finishing that game. It's mental.
Red Dead 2. I still haven't played it at all. Didn't even start it. But I hear nothing but insanely wonderful things, and much like Red Dead Redemption, it will be something I get to. It's just going to take forever, but I will get there because I hear it's breathtaking. So
I did play a little bit of it, but I didn't get very far. But yeah, definitely see the appeal of it. It was very good.
Exciting. So yeah, pretty much that all surprises me, Blinders, I have to admit.
I'm just going to do a quick GTA 5 total sales and see what comes up.
It's going to be horrendous.
What do you reckon?
GTA 5 combined sales. So this is
fuck. Yeah, I've just seen it.
PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series and PS5. I'm going to go 300 million copies.
Lower.
Thought I'd start high. 300 million.
A million.
I don't know. 25 million.
A little bit lower. Tim, what do you reckon?
Oh, okay. It's surprising me.
20 million.
No, I was just joking. 215 million. So it says lifetime unit sales. It came out January 2015. And it sold 40 million then. So total sales as of May 2025, it says here. 215 in millions, it says here as well.
Wow.
That is mental.
I mean,
you think it's been out PlayStation 3, 4, now 5. So it's over 3 consoles and Xbox.
I bet there'll be a remaster for it on PS6 as well. I reckon it would be that game that will just traverse all systems. Jesus wept.
2013, yeah. From the from the data that I think the data was 40 million at the time, 2015. So
that is insane. How many albums do you need to sell to go platinum? Let me Google that really, really quickly, because then that will give me an idea.
Same Red Dead Redemption 2 is also really big. They're saying there's another one that they've
okay.
Rockstar just seemed to.
So basically, to achieve platinum status in the US, it needs to sell or be streamed the equivalent to 1 million units. Gold certification for an album is 500,000 units. multi-platinum for 2 or more million. So Grand Theft Auto is multi-platinum selling video game.
Wow.
That's
So
insane.
a little bit more than 20 million.
I'm going to do another very quick. We're on a tangent now. How many more things has GTA 5 sold then?
That's a good one.
Sold more.
Red Dead 2 says it's over 77 million is what Google's telling me. Do you mean that's some more than some consoles or not?
Okay. So here's one for people that are maybe got their finger on the pulse with modern pop music, which you'd be surprised is not me. But I appreciate that this artist is very popular. So tell me, what has sold more, GTA 5 or Taylor Swift's combined album sales?
I'm going to say GTA 5. GTA 5.
What do we think, chat? I'm going to give you a couple of minutes on this one as well. What do we think has sold more, Taylor Swift's album sales or
Total
GTA
album
5? I think it's total. I think
Yeah.
it's total album sales.
From some of the figures we just heard, I'm going to say GTA 5.
Same, man.
Yep, Shems has gone GTA. I'm going to give it another 10 seconds for people to put in there whether they think GTA 5 or Taylor Swift has sold more.
That's mental.
So, the answer is... so GTA 5 has sold over 215 million copies, according to the data. Taylor Swift's album sales are 116.7 million. So GTA 5 has sold over 100 million more copies of its game than Taylor Swift has album sales.
It's mental.
Well, there you go. We had one vote for Taylor Swift. Colin
We did.
Brown said
I don't hate Taylor Swift. It's catchy. She's catchy. One more before we get onto the mad topic. What GTA 5 or
Yes. One more.
Beyonce? Because she's
Beyonce?
Are you going to include her Destiny's Child releases as well?
You could
Full
probably
Shrimp
could
Sailor.
still.
Yeah.
Okay, I've just seen Minecraft's total sales. That's 300 million.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I mean, so that's the
Because
next.
that's still selling now, isn't it? Minecraft.
Mm.
So with the
Yeah.
Minecraft movie now, like there's a whole new generation of kids getting into Minecraft.
Mm.
It's been out
Over
for God knows how
300
long,
million
and like one of my kids has just got really into Minecraft now.
So here we are. Your last one. We could make this a monthly feature. So what has sold more, GTA 5 or Beyonce's total record sales? This is Beyonce.
Everyone, I'm voting GTA.
I think it's going to be
absolutely
close.
can't stand her.
I think it's going to be closer than Taylor Swift, but I'm going to stick with GTA.
Okay. Yep. Shem's sticking GTA as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So GTA 5, as we have said, sold 215 million copies. Beyonce is estimated to have sold 200 million.
Oh,
So GTA
So what
5
they
has
say.
still sold
still just beating her.
More than
more
Beyonce.
than Beyonce.
Well, there you go. Wow.
So there we go. I think we're going to make this a common thing. The next time we hear something
See
is
that one.
massive,
What sells
So
more?
what's the-
Salt and vinegar, cheese and onion.
multi packs, he's getting a multi pack.
So let's dive in on to the one of the final topics of this evening. This is like a two-pronged attack. Two-pronged attack. This one's going to get interesting. I think this is going to get interesting. Will the UK Online Safety Act affect the gaming community and beyond? What do we think? I'm assuming that everyone in the chat is aware of what the UK Online Safety Act is. People would have seen it.
Telling people, yeah.
Yeah, people would have seen it in the news a lot. for people that want to access adult content, specifically adult movies. You now have to verify your age with either a photo or signing up to some kind of account or
bank
whatever
card.
it is. Yeah, and it just proves that you are over 18 and that you can access said content. Now, in principle, I'm not completely averse to that as a thing. You know, I do think children get access to things that they shouldn't do at a very early age. But a lot of this should just come down to parents. You know, just be aware of what your kids are doing. My parents certainly were, and that's how we ended up, you know, in open dialogue to end up watching horror films and things as a kid, because there was conversations about it. It wasn't just, you know, just ignoring it and seeing what happens. I dare you to try. So the principle of this being a thing, I'm not averse to. But there is another arm to it that we will come to in a minute. That is bad.
It's certainly worth having something more robust than, are you 18? Click.
Yeah.
Yes. Was this website you're about to approach is for 18 plus. Are you 18? Okay.
Put in your date of birth.
I'm pretty sure like a 13-year-old will be able to crack that system to get in there. Definitely think it is worthwhile having age verification stuff on there. But it's just how that's going to affect games. And what I've heard, I mean, I'm not aware of what games, but I have seen some articles talking about a certain number of titles being removed from Steam. And I believe from what I've read, that is more to do with more like payment merchants not wanting to be used to buy those products. So things like MasterCard saying you can't use MasterCard to pay for Steam games that meet certain criteria. But the criteria at the moment is fairly sort of extreme stuff, like what was it you said before, Ollie? Like assault simulators.
Yeah, it's not called that. It is a title.
No, yeah, it's called something else. Let's not say it on our YouTube channel and get blocked.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's stuff that's pretty dodgy content, to be fair. But then where's the line is the thing as well, isn't it? It's like we've just been talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, right? And how great that game is, how well it sold. I don't know if you've seen these. Some people were like getting up in arms about it, saying, in this game, you can get a Christian woman who's preaching in the street and you can hog tie and drag her through the street and then feed her to alligators. Literally some streamer just go, right, just going to get this person that's preaching on the street, tie her up with some rope, drag her through the streets on my horse, find a lake and chuck her in and feed her to a crocodile. And it's not that that's what the game is about. It's just the game is so big and so open, you can do pretty much anything. And that's one of the things a streamer decided to do. And then a bunch of like Christian activist groups were like, oh, you're feeding Christian women to alligators. It's like, yeah, you can kind of do anything. That's not a main story or anything. It's not like a mission in the game. You don't get any like rewards for doing it. It's just somebody thought it'd be funny to attack a woman in the game.
So it says here that it's not just obviously gaming. There's loads of stuff coming to this. So it's like it says here Reddit, Telegram, Discord, Blue Sky, X, social media sites, dating apps. Pornhub says it's already lost 1 million views a day just by having this in place. And they're saying here that Microsoft still haven't confirmed what they're going to be doing yet, but they are looking at doing something. Would this, another thing, is this going to stop you having these lobbies of like, you know, these kids that play all these like not Fortnites, but like the Battlefronts and the Call of Duties and the Grand Theft Autos? Is this really going to stop them? Because if their parents don't give a shit about them already playing these games, they will find ways around it. Because you hear that you hear about the stories of the kids playing these sort of games that shouldn't be, because their parents couldn't care less or don't know what they're playing or accessing. So
yeah, so exactly what Mike Holt has just said in the chat.
That one,
yeah. So the group in question who have been getting a lot of media attention are called Collective Shout. And this is a really difficult and a really sensitive subject in how to tackle it and how to deal with it. And what they're doing is being very, very smart this time. This particular group, yes, they did try and get Detroit Become Human banned. They tried to get GTA banned, and just, you know, no success, because ultimately the main drive of those games isn't necessarily the violence. It's a side option, and it's an appeal, but it's not the main drive. So I forget the name of the game, and I won't say it even if I did know it, because, you know, I don't want our stuff to get demonetized or have it not appear in feeds. But there is a particular game that was on Steam that this group managed to find, and it effectively is it's like Hostel, but it's a game. But it's not like Manhunt either. It's a little bit more specific. Take from that what you will. And they successfully managed to get MasterCard and people to stop allowing their financial services to buy these particular games on Steam. And what Mike has said is the nail on the head. Now they've got an in, they'll work their way backwards. So eventually they'll start coming for things like Grand Theft Auto and all these other things, because they've got an in, and they'll get support for it. And the thing that this is really difficult to sort of say, because it can be misconstrued in so many ways. I am completely against censorship of art form in a private setting, and that's my stance on it. In my house, I decide what my tolerance level is, and I decide what I think is acceptable for my children until they are of an age where they can do it without my consent.
Michael played CD,
yeah. So in terms of my consumption of something at home, there are many things that I choose not to consume. You know, I don't play porn games, but they are a thing, and they exist, and it makes money, and it's an industry, and it's safe. So I would actively stand up for someone that wanted to enjoy those types of games. That's just a given. This other specific game that someone is against and they've managed to get removed, and they're using this as their flagship title, I would stand up for that game's ability to exist, purely because...
Is this true?
Yes.
What? Because the cow's got a ring in it.
Yes, because apparently I didn't know this until I didn't know about this until I read the article. But apparently, it's really uncomfortable. I'm not sure what the actual purpose of the ring in a cow nose is. Someone in the chat might be able to say, but I think it's uncomfortable for them, and it's considered like not an okay thing to do to cows. And they're just saying, oh, you need to remove the cow's ring in Mario Kart. They think it promotes like ring in a cow's nose. They went after Assassin's Creed 4, I think, at one point because of the whaling. Mm-hmm. It's like they're not real whales. They're digital whales.
But this is where it becomes absurd.
Yeah, because do you remember that? And then they went blood free.
Yeah, 100%. The difficult thing with it is it's guised as protection of children. It's guised as protection of people who shouldn't be accessing this material.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never not a religious group that is trying to do it. Now, this is where I'm going to be very careful with my words, because I will not be misunderstood here. So I'm probably about as liberal as it comes when it comes to people's beliefs and rights and everything. I will defend somebody's right to have a religious belief. I don't have one. I don't want one. But I would defend somebody's right to have one. But what is not okay is for that person's particular belief to infringe on what I can do and consume as a piece of entertainment. Not even just in my everyday life, as something as simple as entertainment. It's, certain people experience different things and find it entertaining. And just because somebody finds it morally reprehensible, that's irrelevant. that's good for you. And by all means, speak about it within your communities and say that you don't agree with it. But do not then actively try and take it away from the people
that do, yeah,
that do enjoy it.
Yeah, I
100%.
think the two things I was going to say is, one is perhaps there needs to be like an additional rating or like additional warnings on certain content. And I think I mentioned this before we went live. It's like with the smoking warnings and stuff, there's already an age restriction on buying tobacco products, and then they started putting like the pictures of a destroyed lung, pictures of like people with their teeth falling out, like saying, look, this is really bad, you shouldn't buy it, don't buy this, seriously, don't buy it. You can still buy it if you want to legally, you can still go and buy it, but it's telling you not to buy it actively when you're trying to purchase it. And maybe the stuff like that I think is appropriate to say, look, this game is yes, it's an 18 plus, but it's an 18 plus and then additional warnings of it's got graphic content in it, it's got extreme violence or whatever it is. So I agree with you for the most part to say, look, it should still be allowed to be there. It's someone's choice to be able to buy it. There needs to be restrictions in place. There needs to be warnings in place. But I also think, like, is there a line where something is too extreme where it shouldn't really be allowed?
No.
And the problem is then there's something that I might see, but actually, yeah, that's like way over here. That's really bad. And then there's like maybe something which is like, you know, Mortal Kombat, Gran Turismo. I'm like, yeah, just leave them alone. Where's the bit in the middle? Where's the line? You know.
But that's the thing. Who, from personal, if you don't like something, you don't watch it or play it. Do you know what I mean? It's like I get like you've got a safety acting because there are certain things like that can cause issues, and the way that you get around that is if you want to see it, you prove you're 18 and then you can see it. Like when you start saying that, like, who am I to be telling you what you can and can't do, and vice versa? Like you said, it's preferable choice. It's like, yes, there are things that are crazy to me and you, or I might think, what the hell's that? But guess what? If that's your thing, crack on, mate. I couldn't care less. It's like that kind of, it's if it's selling and people are making money out of it and X, Y, and Z. Unless it's there going like, this is how you blow. This is the best place to blow something up, or this is the place. Do you know what I mean? When it's like goes down that sort of stuff, then yeah, you'd need to look into it.
I think if it depicts anything which is like violence towards children and things like that, 100%. That's what I mean. It's like, there is a line somewhere, and it's in like the extreme area. Yeah, but it's then to think, you know, okay, you can have murder in a game because it is a game. You like, if you look at movies as well, it's like there's some pretty horrendous stuff in some horror films, but it is a form of entertainment, and it's that thing of like, I don't know. First thing that comes to mind to me is like the Terrifier, the bit where like he cuts the person down the middle and all that. That's pretty horrendous, but I don't think that should be banned. It should just be, don't watch this if you don't like that sort of thing.
This is the difficult thing. So you put a barrier in of, as you've said, you know, violence against children. Okay, well, what about movies like Sleepers or movies that are designed around a particular story where that is the central plot point? Can those movies no longer be made? It's a really difficult discussion, but the end result should never be ban it and stop somebody from having access to it, because as soon as you ban something or stop somebody having access to it, that is when things start to go very, very south. You know, there are very specific things which should be banned in reality, you know, and those are the very extreme illegal things. So if something is illegal, absolutely no place for it whatsoever. However, if something is just morally reprehensible, I am of the opinion that it should exist or be allowed to exist. Not that it should exist; it should be allowed to exist, because it is an art form at the end of the day. And just because somebody doesn't like that particular art, that doesn't mean that someone else has the right to take that away. I don't particularly like the way certain groups are able to campaign on the street. I don't like how certain groups are allowed to have a megaphone and a microphone and chant these particular verses at people in a public space, but they're allowed to. So, and I would defend their right to be able to do that, because that's what's legal and that's what they're allowed to do. I just choose to ignore it and not listen to it. But that doesn't mean I agree with it. I just choose not to be a part of it.
And you make a good point as well about it. It depends on the context and how it's relevant to a plot. And if we're talking about games, there could be something bad that happens in a game, but why is it happening? Is it like the context of it, I think, does matter. Is it relevant to the plot? Is it something that happens to make us really dislike a certain character to make you want to stop them, and things like that? So it's not always, I think it's where you are playing as a villain yourself doing really horrific stuff. So, like I say, that's the stuff they're going after at first. Will it be a slippery slope? When we've successfully banned that, what else can we ban next?
Yeah, and it will be, and they've been very clever about it, because they've not banned the game. They've just managed to get the providers of your finances to say they're not going to allow you to buy it. So they haven't banned it. It's a very, very clever attack that they have made. But ultimately, if I was to go and try and purchase a particular thing, and I'd be told by my financial provider, "Oh no, we're not allowing that," I think I would probably then start asking questions of them. Okay, is it illegal? No, we just don't support it. Okay, but is it illegal? Because you're my financial institution. My money is with you. I mean, at the end of the day, all it's going to take is for someone like Bitcoin or PayPal or somebody else to set up a third-party payment exchange financial institution to go, okay, cool, well, we'll allow it, and then Steam will go, cool, there you go, knock yourself out.
It's very different sort of context, but I quite like what Disney Plus have done with some of their content. There's some of their content where people said, "Oh, that's not okay now." Like some of this stuff's racially insensitive, and they just put an unskippable warning message that says, some of this film has got depictions of stereotypes which are now considered offensive. It wasn't okay then; it's not okay now. But you've been forced to read this before. If you want to carry on watching it, it's up to you. And it's on there for a few seconds, and then you hit skip. So it's acknowledging it, but it doesn't remove it completely.
Exactly.
It's like sometimes I'll watch something and I'll be like, why did this have the warning label on? What's wrong? Oh, there it is. Sometimes I watched.
Mine was Pinocchio. Cartoon. I was like, why is that? And then, oh yeah, they're all smoking at the bar and getting kidnapped.
It was one that threw me off guard a bit. I was watching this one, which was like a Santa Claus one. It's like it's not one of the old Silly Symphony cartoons. And Santa's getting ready and packing his sack up with all these toys. And it's quite near the end of it. It's like, I've not really seen anything racially insensitive. And then let's just say some stereotypical depictions of certain races were seen in toy form marching towards the bag to get in as toys. And I was like, yeah, that's probably why that message was on there.
That is perfect, isn't it? And you've still got the people that get up in arms about it. They're like, oh, they shouldn't have to be there. People say, yeah, okay, but you can only run as fast as your slowest team member. And if your slowest team member is saying, I'm offended, you go, okay, well, what we'll do is we'll let people know that this contains material that they may find offensive, and then it's your choice. Boom.
There's a game I was going to mention that the chat has actually already brought up. Dave Newland and Seems to mention Thrill Kill. And I did play Thrill Kill. It's right. It wasn't that bad, but it's like, again, it's PS1 graphics. It's like, even if the graphics were a lot better, then I'd understand it a little bit. But it's like, is it that
I had to
bad?
get it pirated. I got it. We got it pirated because that was the only way you could get hold of it. Oh, play this banned game. And you were just like, it's no worse than Mortal Kombat.
Because there's one bit that I was like, okay, I can see why people are upset by this one. There's a character in it who's kind of like a bit of a dominatrix woman, and one of her fatalities she would sit on top of the head of the person she's just beaten, and then she would kind of move around a bit and make some sexual noises, and then their head would explode, and that was her fatality.
What a way to go out!
That's probably one of the most extreme bits in the game. But other than that, it was pretty tame, to be fair.
It did become Wu-Tang Taste the Pain, though, didn't it?
Oh, I love that game. Wu-Tang Taste the Pain is brilliant.
It became its own limited edition controller.
Yeah, which is awful. But yeah, it's an interesting discussion. I posted in our Facebook group about it recently. I watched Alana Pierce's video on it. I generally like it when Alana Pierce chimes in on something like this because she is incredibly objective, and her video on it is very, very good. I would recommend people go and watch that. But ultimately, I am against censorship in the home, and like we've said a couple of times now, once you're in, you're in, and they can start working their way backwards. In a public setting, absolutely, I'm all for things like the BBFC age rating, certain movies being cut at the cinema if they feel it needs it. Things like Human Centipede 2, of course, had huge controversy because of its content. The UK cut bits out of it for the release. You're like, absolutely fine. But when it comes to home video release or home entertainment release, uncut, because now it's my choice. In a public setting, yep, you have to protect the public, but in a private setting, that's my choice. So
it feels at least we're a little bit further away from the conversation that just in general, all video games cause people to be violent. And it's like, don't think people are going on a rampage after playing Animal Crossing.
No.
So it's not everything. There are violent games.
Yes,
I'm not convinced that violent games do cause people to be violent. I think if someone has violent tendencies they play games, that there might be they might take inspiration from a game or something. But I don't think you would get a perfectly normal, non-violent person play a game and think, "Oh, I'm going to try this in real life because I liked doing it in the games." Like that's not how people respond to these things.
Just while Mike Holton has said that he's got an uncut copy, I have my uncut copy of that movie up here too. It was pretty grim. But yes, what did you say then, Tim? I was going to chime in then. I had an opinion on that.
Censor a few of their arcade games,
which they shouldn't do. So there's a line in Scream, and I still think Scream is a fantastic metaphor for all of this kind of thing. It's so ahead of its time. And there's that line in Scream where Billy says, "Movies don't create psychos. Movies just make psychos more creative." And that's all it is. Life imitating art, imitating life. That's all it is.
Also makes me think of South Park, the movie, because the whole point of that and the game is the whole thing of that is like it's their fight against censorship, and it's that film within a film. They're trying to ban Terrence and Phillip, and it's just they've got all the parents trying to ban a movie that has lots of swearing, and it's such a clever idea for the film of that. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, and correct. The UK version of TMNT. The cartoon was censored. Yet Michelangelo was not allowed to show his nunchucks because the gentleman at the BBFC, I forget his name, he thought nunchucks were an offensive weapon. So all Bruce Lee movies were cut. He was responsible for it being called Hero Turtles.
Not Ninja Turtles.
And also the 1990 movie was also cut and edited in the UK because Michelangelo used his nunchucks. Wasn't
because
until he passed away.
Mike's asked us a question that I've starred for later, but bringing it back to games, I've put in here games that have had bits cut out. So games, and let me just read some of them. Resident Evil, the original game had the live action intro scene that was heavily edited for US and European releases with violent scenes toned down and a black and white filter applied. I did not know that. Did you know that?
I did not.
Let me read some of the others. They're ridiculous. Assassin's Creed Unity. This game had an online feature that was removed from the single player content, but it doesn't say what. Fable 3. The game skips large time spans without warning, leading to a rushed ending. Luigi's Mansion. While the first Luigi's Mansion is praised for its simple, satisfying gameplay loop, its sequels added more noise to that formula. I don't really understand how that's on there.
South Park, the stick
South
of truth.
Park obviously is on there. Stick of truth for the bit with the
anal probe.
the probe. Shadow of the Colossus. The cut cloths are a well-known example of cut content, with many fans still discussing and remembering these unfinished creatures. Wow.
Madness.
Again, I just think it should be you have your age ratings and then you have like maybe an extreme rating above 18. So you still need to be 18 to watch it, but it's got an additional warning of like it's 18 and extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for your, I don't know, like you mentioned Human Centipede, stuff like that. Like, okay, that's a 18 extreme. Whereas like another 18 movie, which is like an action movie, wouldn't have that. And it just gives you a guide. It's like, okay, am I about to watch a spooky horror film, or am I about to watch a really gory horror film that's going to be really extreme and stop me from sleeping? And if you like that, you can watch it, but just gives you that extra.
I remember that Enter the Dragon had the nunchucks cut out.
Loads
This is mental. What like
James Freeman? That was the chap.
I was going to say one thing about Ninja Turtles while we were on the
Hero
subject. Hero Turtles. It was the second movie because they complained about them having weapons and stuff. I saw a comment on a video about it, which I thought was really clever. The guy goes, "Oh, great! So instead of them playing with weapons, they play with everyday household objects your kids can actually get a hold of." Because like, when they're fighting, he's like hitting him with sausages instead of nunchucks. It's like, "Oh, great, yeah, but your kid's going to find the sausages now and start playing with them. You didn't have any nunchucks in your home."
Yeah. Exactly. It's ridiculous. But this is what happens when you get certain people in positions of power and they're able to say the things they want. But there we go. Chucks away.
Censorship.
It's a difficult one.
Coming back to the question, will the UK Online Safety Act affect the gaming community and beyond?
Yes.
I think it will. I think it's gonna.
If it's not careful, I don't disagree with it in principle.
Yeah.
But it's got to be dead careful because you start infringing on people's ability to
rights.
consume.
Yeah, I definitely agree with like the age rating and the age verification. I think that is necessary, especially you mentioned like some social media platforms have got age verification. Because I actually think social media can be very dangerous for younger teens.
I did not know that. Ocarina of Time was censored because Gandalf's blood was red, so they had to make it green.
Amazing.
I would have red blood. Am I still here?
You're there,
black
but you're
screen.
black. I would.
Got no picture.
Oh no, I had a thing. It's gone again. My brain's
You would
terrible.
Yeah, you said I would.
Yeah, no, it's gone. It's gone. Never mind. It's gone. I'm sure it will come back one day. Yeah, there was one question, wasn't there? Start.
Yeah.
Let's get to that question.
Okay. So Mike Holton has asked, what is the last game to be banned in the UK? So, last game. What do you reckon, Ollie? I reckon it. Well, no, South Park wasn't fully banned, was it? It was censored. Yeah. Someone said earlier, was it Manhunt 2?
It's going to be something weird. And I don't know. I really wouldn't know. I think the last game I remember being banned was Thrill Kill. I don't know what else since then has been banned. I know there's some games that deal with, but Manhunt 2 is still available. Like you can get it.
I got it on the Wii, but I remember
was Manhunt
issues with it.
No, I've got Manhunt on PlayStation. I'm looking at things like Doki Doki.
Or was it banned and then unbanned?
Yeah, possibly. But I mean, I'm looking at games like Doki Doki.
I'm trying to think of games that were banned. What games?
Pretty hard. That deals with some pretty.
Bully, Bully was banned, wasn't it? Well, what's it called? Candace Canham Edit, whatever it's called.
I have no idea, mate. Wouldn't even be able to tell you.
Because GTA wasn't even banned. Do you know what I mean? GTA 4, 5. Is that the answer, Mike? Is that the answer? Manhunt 2?
I'm going to Google it. Let's have a Google.
Yes, it was officially banned.
It was officially banned and released 18 on appeal.
Let's have a look. So OpenAI says the most recent game banned in the UK is Omega Labyrinth Z, a PlayStation game in 2018. The ban was due to the game's promotion of sexualization of people that shouldn't be sexualized. I'm trying to not say the words.
I've got Carmageddon down as mine.
Video Game Standard Council deemed this game unsuitable for an age rating, making it illegal to sell in the UK.
Carmageddon was threatened with being altered to replace pedestrians with zombies. The restriction was later lifted, and a patch was released to restore it to its original human content. Sex vixens from space.
Yes, I've just seen that one myself.
Yeah. What?
Why was this banned? Sounds like a delightful game.
Yeah, it's officially, yeah. An erotic interactive fiction game developed by Free Spirit Software.
But yeah, that
the Commodore 64 and
the
Apple
latest...
II.
Commodore 64?
And Apple II, yeah.
How bad could it have been?
I'm sure my brother had it. I think my brother had this.
Unreal. Well, there we go. So the last game to officially do it by a couple of outlets is, yes, this Omega Labyrinth said. But from just looking at screenshots of it, it just looks like a Pokemon clone, if I'm honest. So God knows how that ends up.
The Punisher.
But clearly it does, because
the Punisher.
Oh yeah, that was
the
on the
version
list
of the
as
game
well.
that had been edited for American market was further censored for the British release, with interrogation scenes deemed graphically controversial, and changes were made at the request of the BBFC to further mask these scenes. The edited version received an 18 certificate. What?
There we go. See, it's everywhere. They've tried many times and they will keep continuing. I don't think this is a topic we will not come back to. I think this will be something we will probably come back to a couple of times. But we have gone very over. But I think it's been a worthwhile discussion. I know we said at the beginning this was going to be a hot topic. So
did not know that. Twisted Metal and God of War are censored on PS3. What's going on with our country? You should be able to buy what you want.
Who knows? Anyhow, I think we should draw it to close there. Otherwise, we're going to go for another couple of hours. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. There's been a lot of interesting discussions tonight. Oh, Tim, you're on mute, buddy.
I know. I was about to say something. It's an interesting topic that we'll try and keep on top of as it develops. If there's any other news on it, we'll keep an eye out for it.
I want to put some Facebook stuff in there in the Facebook group of what games were banned. Like, let's keep this going and why. Or
what games do you think
censored in any way?
What games do you think should have been banned?
Yeah,
because there are some games that are just terrible. They should have just been banned on the fact that they're
that's
just
unplayable. Is it Cole said earlier? I remember. Where is it? He put like, I used to know about horror movies. He said he used to go looking for them, and then they just because they should have just been banned because they were crap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I found it.
Yeah,
I enjoy chasing banned horror movies, and 90% of the time agree because they were absolutely crap.
Yeah, there are some terrible ones that were banned for no real reason other than they thought it was obscene, but it's not. They're just terrible. I agree with you, Colm. We probably have a lot of movie knowledge to discuss.
What?
But yes.
Songs of praise.
But yes, keep the discussions going. Head on over to the Total Video Gamers Facebook group. We'll get some polls on the go. We'll get some topics set up so that people can continue those discussions because it's interesting. Like Tim says, we'll try and keep on top of this one as it develops because I think it is going to develop pretty hard this year. Thank you, everyone, for joining us along live. It is always an absolute joy to have so many of you watch along live and join in with the chat. It wouldn't be the same without you guys. So thank you for joining us. If you are watching this through the algorithm, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. That helps us out a huge amount, as does liking the video, giving it a little cheeky thumbs up. That helps us a lot as well. I think that's all that's left to say now is we will see you next week for Total Evercade podcast. And this week I will have a video going live where I have started my very small journey of modding a Game Boy, albeit I've just modded the shell and the screen, But there we go. It's a start. So
Yeah, and
watch out for that.
saying I've got episode 6 once I've edited it coming out on Saturday of my PSP pickups.
Exactly. So keep
I've
tuned.
got some videos I've edited as well that I haven't uploaded yet, so they should be on the way too. So we've all got content coming out.
Everyone's lucky. Extra videos. So yes, next stream, Total MK Pass on Monday, and watch out for various videos releasing throughout the week. So until then, from us, it is good night, and we will see you next week.